I was living with my sister. I had literally almost like got evicted from my apartment and I had to like do some rash stuff. I quit my job a few months before, no backup plan. I went and lived and moved in with my sister, living on my couch in her living room for about a year. I didn't have a job. I had to do all these odd, weird jobs. I had to do like at least 3 or 4 jobs while my sister was pregnant. I had to take care of the family. And I really was like at the lowest point, technically, but it was like the highest point of my life. Having nothing, like I had nothing. I had no home of my own. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything that would make you seem like you a strong, independent black woman or any of that. Like I was not doing well technically, but I worked really hard to like get myself together. But the key thing about that circumstance at the time, and I think that's why I was able to manifest literally at this time, I manifested a trip out of the country, having no money in my pocket, having no access resources, like having no job, like nothing. I didn't have anything for me to say like, oh yeah, you can go on a 2-week trip to the Philippines and Hong Kong. So what I 100% believe, like writing down things is really what also did it. But the number one thing was gratitude. The number one thing was not looking at my circumstances and feeling like I'm in lack, but looking at my circumstances and being deeply grateful for even having what I had at the time. And I feel like if you can get into that state of being, that's where you can see magic truly happen. Hi, it's Jen and welcome to my channel, Live Enjoy. And today I am enjoying a morning hike and getting some vitamin D before I have to start my work week or my work day. I have to get some sun rays before I start my work day. And when I come on this hike, it reminds me of manifestation. It reminds me of abundance. It reminds me of the fact that we have access to so much, so much that we can't even imagine. And I wanted to talk about manifestation today because sometimes like we get caught up in the day-to-day routines, we get caught up in the day-to-day happenings that we forget that we have this magical ability to create a reality that we really can enjoy and be in joy with. I 100% believe gratitude is what was the core and the powering force that has allowed my manifestations to come about. 100% believer in journaling, writing things down that you want to see happen, because it really does put you in a visualization state. And if you've done any research on the law of attraction and how that works, you know that writing things down is a very key and powerful component to start manifesting a life that you truly want, a reality that you truly want. I'm just such an avid believer. That's why I be buying people journals and telling people to write down. I'm just so like adamant about journaling and visualizing. That is so important to manifesting. But as well, it's also important to have a deep rooted, almost religious-like routine of gratitude. I literally would sit. I remember sitting in front of this like altar that I made and like literally visualizing my life. Like I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have this kind of job. I'm gonna have this kind of income. I'm gonna have this type of car. I'm gonna have this type of reality. And I didn't focus on what the current reality was. I focused on what I wanted to feel and how I wanted to be. And being in gratitude helped me get into that feeling of like, I have what I need right now. Like there's nothing missing from my reality right now. And it's only natural that I attract and have what it is that I truly desire. And that alignment to the truth of what I believe for myself at the time and what was going on literally catapulted me. I literally got the job. I said, I'm going to just disclose. No, I'm not going to disclose it, but I set a specific salary range that I wanted. And I got exactly that. I didn't have a car. I had to do Lyft for, how long was that? I had to do Lyft for like 3-4 months, like driving to keep this rental car, oh my God, it was so hard. But like driving to keep this rental car and like pay for that every week and stuff like that, it was torture. And once I got the job, I was able to save up in like 4 months because I was making way more money than I ever had been making. And I was able to save up and actually get the car that I literally wrote down. And it was just circumstance that I got that car. And just so many things happen that, like, if you look at the situation, you say, how did you do that? Like, how did that happen? And it literally was because of, gratitude, prayer, not feeling like I'm lacking, not feeling like I'm a failure, not feeling like everything is so hard and why me and why is it so difficult, and this, like, none of those negative feelings. I may have had a brief thought or whatever, but my home state, my basis of like how I was feeling was abundance, I was doing a lot of research on law of attraction at the time, and I don't think people emphasize this enough, like emphasize the fact that gratitude is the key component to get you the life that you want. Even if you're like feeling, there's actually science behind this. If you like look up some scientific journals, there's some science behind, like, if you're feeling bad or you're in a negative state or frame of mind, and you're able to even just have your thoughts go towards being grateful or finding something that you're grateful for, that can shift things in your brain and shift things for you, make you feel better even a little bit, So that's why sometimes some of y'all may have gotten, those that know me personally, some of you guys may have gotten texts from me, or when we have a conversation or when we're engaging, I always will ask, like, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for today? And I believe that so deeply. Like, even if you're like in a bad state of mind, I'm like always asking, what are you grateful for today? Because I know that it's a powerful force. Gratitude is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. In any circumstances, in any situation, if you have a deep rooted sense of gratitude, then you can actually change your circumstances. Now you may be thinking, Jen, you're talking about gratitude being your religion? Yes, I am 100% declaring that if you can get yourself every single day, and as much as and as often as you can during the day, if you're able to get yourself into a deep feeling of gratitude, or even the opposite of just feeling like there's no lack, there's nothing going on in your life that you can't be grateful for. If you can go through painful events, circumstances that are out of your control, things that are hard to deal with or difficult to deal with, and you're able to still find something to be grateful for, that's where you start to see magic happen, because that's telling the universe, that's your energetic field lighting up with the exact feeling of you have what you need, everything is working out for you, you're gonna be okay. Like, if you can always feel yourself being okay, gratitude really helps you get into that state. That's when you really start to manifest. You may have heard, what you think about, you bring about, attitude of gratitude. It sounds cliche, but it's so real. Like, if you're able to think the thoughts, this is kind of like getting into, all this stuff is connected, mental health and the techniques that you do to get your mental health well in order to be well. And then also when you're feeling good and you're bringing about good things, you're able to manifest better and even more quickly. There's a connection between being mentally healthy and being able to manifest. So if your thoughts are leading to really good emotions, leading to good behaviors, leading to good feelings, then that's where you start to see things happening for yourself. You're able to get your mind thinking of the things that are working well for you, the things that are going good despite a difficult circumstance, or if you don't have what you need or something, your bare minimum. Like, there's all kinds of things that you could really easily keep yourself trapped into, like this feeling of like, I don't have enough, or there's not enough, or I'm not doing good enough, or things aren't working out for me. There's all kinds of reasons why we get stuck in those type of feelings and those kind of thought patterns. And most of the time, it could be justifiable as to why you feel the way that you feel and think the way that you think. But I really do want to challenge you to in those moments where you're feeling like things aren't working out, things are not well, things are not, you don't have enough, I really just encourage you to get into a state of gratitude. My question is always, I'm always going to ask, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? It's been working for me, I swear. I literally have a sanctuary right now. I used to live on a couch for over a year. Pretty bad that everybody would come and sit on, like people would come and sit on that couch because it was in the living room. I lived in the living room. I didn't even have my own room. And I had to sleep on the couch for a year. I had to get up and work 3-4 jobs and take care of a whole family and like do all this stuff. And the number one thing was, you know, like, what am I grateful for? Grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the ability to even walk and move around. I'm grateful for my ability to even breathe and think right now. I'm grateful for having a couch to sleep on because, you know, it could be like I'm sleeping under a bridge. I'm grateful for, you know, people supporting me. Even if I don't have anybody personally supporting me, I'm grateful for this rock supporting me. I'm grateful for the clothes that I have and the food that I have access to, even though it's not mine, even though it's not perfect, even though it's not what I would hope to have in the moment. I'm grateful that I have it because I could have nothing. And even if I did have nothing, I'm grateful because if I have my breath, I have everything. And that's like the mentality that I had to get in at the time, is that even if I don't have anything that I feel like I deserve or that I feel like I want, being in the sense of gratitude, I feel and know made everything that I want come faster. Since then, I have been on several trips by myself and I have not broken the bank. And that used to be a thing. Like I had no money. I went a long period without having any money, like no leisure ability. Like now I can eat whatever I want to. I can pump my gas without worrying I'm gonna overdraft my account. I used to have to overdraft my account on purpose to get money so that I could actually like eat food, to get gas so I could actually do the lift, you know, like I had to do all kinds of shit, like, you know, and any of those circumstances could have really put me in a real sad state of mind, you know, but at the end of the day, gratitude was my religion and that worked. Journaling, gratitude, believing that things will change and my reality is changing, and it literally did. It took some time sometimes. It takes time sometimes. But I'm so proud of myself for the sacrifices that I had to make and the mentality that I had to develop in order to get through it. And actually, I'm living my dream life. You know, I'm not really happy at work, but I'm gonna manifest something else on that too. And when I need to upgrade my car, it's like, now I got to take it to the next level. Like now I have to really think bigger, because it's like, if I was able to easily manifest this stuff, then imagine if I thought bigger and higher and more. Like, you know, like, so now I'm looking back like, dang, you said this amount, girl, you should have said this amount. And like, I feel like that's gonna happen. So, you know, like, it's all just your thoughts that lead to your emotions, that lead to your behavior and how you're feeling about it. Being in a deep state of gratitude is what manifests. That's my secret to manifestation. So if I've ever told you to journal, if I ever asked you like, what are you grateful for, just know I was practicing my religion on you. I'm trying to share the good news. Because even God is like, you know, like even God is all about gratitude, like being thankful. That's how God be blessing us. Like, you know, it's true. Whether you want to say God or not, like, I encourage you to find out what's real and true for you. But I just 100% know no matter what your religion is, if you're able to be in gratitude, no matter what, like, that's where you're going to start seeing things happen for you. I hope this was a helpful video. And I just wanted to share with you as I do my quick little hike. I'm not really high up. I only did the one hill. I only did this one hill, but today really was about connecting with nature for me, grounding. I'm here to like touch the earth, touch the rocks, and be like near some form of nature, because nature is also a connecting force. The whole thing is a connecting force, like talking to plants. Now I'm getting weird. No, but for real, talking to plants as well. Having plants and other living forces, like we're connected to such a beautiful planet. And there's a reason why we need plants, and there's a reason why we need sunlight, and there's a reason why we need water and air. All of these things matter. All of these things count. It comes together over time. But there's magic in being a human being with a conscious mind. And if we take the time to cultivate an enjoyable and joy-filled life, anything is possible. There's nothing that you can't have. There's nothing that you can't do. There's nothing that you can't be. Everything is possible. Healing is possible. Freedom is possible. Relief is possible. Like, all of this stuff is real. This stuff is real. Like, I'm like a living testimony. I've done it multiple times. Sometimes I get a little distracted by life too, but like, I'm glad I'm making this for myself as well, because I know that gratitude and being in a grateful state changes everything. And I'm just grateful. I guess I could talk about what I'm grateful for. And that concludes my little spiel about manifesting and my secrets to manifesting, because I really do believe that we all deserve a life of enjoyment and to be in joy. And even if the circumstances right now says like, well, I just don't have, I just need, and I just don't, like, I really challenge you just in that same breath, go ahead and say, well, I'm grateful for that this is working out. I'm grateful that this is happening. And in the comments below, please tell me, and I love to hear it, and I want to hear it, and I encourage you to say it. Just say it. What are you grateful for?
You're crazy.
I know. I'm going to be careful.
I don't want to read about you on the news.
No, I'm not going to fall. I trust myself, and I trust Mother Nature. Not too high.
Can we take a picture for you?
Oh, no, I recorded, so it's like I can do the still moves. Thank you, though. I don't want to put you in danger.
No, I think you're pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too high.
Oh, this stuff isn't moving.
Yeah,
Just
it's not
keep
loose.
footing.
Yeah, it's okay.
But still be careful.
Thank you. I will. I trust myself. I believe in myself. Everything is happening for me. Everything's working out for me. And even if I did fall, guess what? Get back up again. Get back up again. Get back up again.